Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I know some of you already got their trades done for the day. Great trades out there over London session today. Had a good trade duration session as well. Take a look at the overall structure. Had a nice squeeze out of here overnight. So let's take a look at what's going on in the markets. Good morning, Taz. I hope you're having a lovely day. I know you had a great trade today. Let's see here. Cool. Yeah, let's just break down the charts. Let's start from scratch here. Break down the charts. Like I said, there's a nice trade over London session on the reversal to short back down to the lows here, and now we're in a range. Finding support at 162.300, and we have the resistance at 164 even-ish, right in this area here. Clean range, very clean range looking left. So potentially we get a nice 30-minute engulfing candle. Could get a nice move back up. Look at the clean range to get this New York reversal. Looking at the daily. All over the daily, we have a area of support right where we reversed from. Daily shelf in here. A lot of resistance in here. Resistance in here. So resistance in here. So where we just rejected from is a very, very strong level of support. So I'd be okay with taking buys there, although we are bearish for the day and bearish overall. Beginning maybe the next 30 minutes will give us this potential bullish engulfing. Hourly will close with this indecision bullish candle against this level of support. So could get a nice squeeze up moving forward through New York session, but we'll have to see. Going to wait for a confirmation on that one next 25 minutes. But yeah, overall nice move down, maintaining this trend line. I mean, very bearish out there fundamentally. A lot of negative headlines, a lot of negative sentiment. The sentiment was at a record low, consumer sentiment. So very negative out there. So that's why we're seeing a lot of sell-off. Pound yen is going to be influenced today as well with the indices, and I'd like to see indices bounce today into the Fed. Fed's tomorrow. Typically, we get a bounce into the Fed, and if you look at the SPY, I really want to see this weekly this weekly gap fill right here of 189. Hitting a strong level of support, so I think we can get a nice bounce in the indices today, potentially, if we find support where we're at. Right now, we're rejecting a decent area of support as well. So you got these wicks that we're finding as support, and you got this entire area here. This entire area right here of like indecision. Right, a lot of wicks, a lot of support, a lot of resistance. So we're at a decent pivot point. So if this is where the market's going to hold support and rally into the Fed, this is where it's going to happen. And then vice versa, we're going to get influenced that way with the pound yen. Get a nice rally off of here, but we'll see. Looking low heavy. If you look at the daily chart, we had this nice long wick of raise session, came right back down to lows, and now we're sitting at lows. So Could have a nice extended flush down as well. Definitely going to keep my options open. The next 30-minute close is pretty weak. I want to look for shorts as we start breaking these lows. I'll short as we break these lows, and I think my take profit will be right around here, 162. So that'll be around a 35 pip move. This is where you found a lot of support, resistance. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get that extended push down, because especially if you look at the daily, if we do get that flush below that previous day's low, you get a run back down to retest this moving average, retest this daily resistance level in here. So definitely gonna keep my options open. I think I could see it go either way, and we're gonna really have a better idea in the next 22 minutes. Take a look at gold. Gold, nice shorts. I like the shorts continue down. Look at the overall structure here. You can see that the last couple weeks, you have this consolidation range. The highs are right here, the lows are right here. And yesterday, we broke below the low of consolidation. This morning, around London session, we came up, retested it, printed a bearish engulfing. That would have been the ideal short. Retesting this breakdown, bearish engulfing, sell there, look for a move back down into this range here. So I think we have some continued sells down. I think gold's going to keep melting, at least to the wick fill in here. If you look at the overall time frames, 4 hours looking nice too. 4 hour big exhaustion wick rolling over. I think we see 1800 today. 1800 is very, very strong psychological level. It's where we rejected many times in the past as well. Put this at 1800 real quick. You can just see a lot of support, a lot of resistance. You know, just a lot of wicks, a lot of support. So this is like the major pivot area, also a very psychological area as well. So looking for continuation back down into these lows. We're reaching it now, so if it does reject it today, that's okay. We'll have a day of indecision after this massive bearish candlestick, and then we'll continue down with the Fed tomorrow. Because the Fed, it's looking like they're going to increase. Well, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Barclays all came out and said they expect a 75 basis point hike, and the expectation is 50. So stronger, being more hawkish is going to be bad for gold. Gold's going to continue down. Dollar's going to continue up. Going to have a lot of movements. One thing I'm watching. Let me finish my analysis on gold. Support, resistance. Yeah, and the hourly's moving away, heading towards support. So it's going to be tough. I'm going to have to kind of play this in the hourly today. Maybe no trade today. We'll see if it stays in the range. If you're looking for a quick play, I mean, this is a nice area of support, resistance in here. Break above this resistance will give you a nice 50 pips to the upside. So this is potential buys above 18. No, let's say 1825. And then as far as sells, sells might be nice below 1817, this area right here, because then you can look for some of that wick fill right here. And that could potentially give you around 50 pips as well. So we'll play that one by ear. This one's a lot more cleaner as far as the buys go. A lot cleaner. But yeah. my buy mark right there. But we'll see. Looking at, I am trading US 30 right now. It's kind of at an interesting level. What I was looking at here is in the intraday head and shoulders. You got your shoulder, you got your head, you got your shoulder. That means your neckline's right here. So I took a short off the break of this neckline here. I figured it was going to come to retest because typically after you get a break of head and shoulders, you get that retest of the neckline before you head down. So this could be a very interesting area to sell off of. My stop's just above the neckline here because if it doesn't stay below the neckline, then it's most likely going to fail. One of my overall trade ideas for this one is off the higher time frames. Yeah. We broke below this low in here. Found a lot of rejection, lot of wicks, a lot of resistance here after we broke below this low yesterday. And now this morning we had this bearish engulf in the 4-hour, and now this continuation down. Look at the overall move. Zoom out and the overall move here. We're in this channel-like movement where you have this low testing here, low testing here, and now I'm looking for another low to test down here before we potentially bounce back up. So we're in this descending channel, and so if you look at the lower time frames, we still haven't given us this last retest, and we're heading down pretty strong. I'd expect us to hopefully get this continuation down to at least give us one last flush retest this trend line, and then we can bounce up and give that weekly wick fill. Sentiment's so bearish right now that I like the sells, but we're so overextended and we have Fed tomorrow, we could get that rally. If we break above 30,900 right in here, then I think it's a break of structure and we're most likely heading up to fill a lot of this movement down in here. If you look at the SPY again, that weekly wick, that weekly gap. So two potential ideas there. We'll see what happens today on this one. Yeah, so it would have been a better idea to wait for the retest, wait for a bearish engulfing, and then sell there. But took the trade on the break, so we'll see how it plays out. Oil looking like a nice long. We're finding a lot of ascending lows in here. It's almost wedging up with this flat top here. So what I do like is we had these lows forms, break below it, push back up, and the start of the break below is right here. Came down, retested it, and now we're pushing away from it. So I'd expect continuation up out of here as we start breaking these highs. We break these highs today, we should get a nice squeeze back up to at least these highs in here of 123. So it looks something like this. Something like that. Just want to keep an eye on that as well. Pound yen, 14 minutes. Gonna wait for that 30-minute close. All right, let me check out your question. Trying to figure out what drove oil so bullish yesterday around 11. Could you explain this candle, the reason behind it? Yeah. Two things. Let me show you. Let me bring it on the screen for anybody who didn't see it. So this was a question Taz posted in Discord, trying to figure out what drove oil so bullish yesterday at around 11 Eastern. Could you explain this candle, the reason behind it? This one big bullish candle right here. Yeah. So basically, if you look at the structure, there's two things behind it, technical and fundamental, right? So technically, if you look at these lows, very strong level of support. It was a nice level of support yesterday as well. When you get a candle that has this very strong push down through these lows and the bullish, this is just so when you see a move that strong, you got to look, is it A, liquidity grab, or B, a fundamental news event? And so it was kind of both. Fundamentally, news came out at around 11 yesterday, when Libya was talking about all of their what is it called? Oil refineries where they produce all their oil. It's all shut down, and they're losing about 1.5 million barrels per day. So that's going to give you a supply crunch, which drove it up as well. But not to mention that it broke all these lows and then had a massive liquidity grab. So that's basically a short squeeze. People come down, stop your shorts out, trigger your long, or stop your longs out, trigger your shorts, and it drives it. It has that huge push up, and then you want to look for a retest of that move down. And that's where it retested, it wicked it and moved up. That's what I typically show you, Taz. It actually shows better on the 1 hour. I'll show on the 30-minute, but you want to look at the start of the move here, and then that would end up being the 1 hour. If you look at the 1 hour and put a line over from the start of that bearish candlestick, big bearish engulfing, drove through lows and shot it right back up. So then what you want to look for is a retest of that move here. Take a long in here, look for a move away. But basically that was two things. It was liquidity grab at these lows, and it was Libya coming out saying that they're losing a lot of their oil supply. Cool. Yeah, I think the main plan we'll look for is to pound yen long. going to look something like this. Something like that. And if I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling the indices are going to have a rebound today, I'll look for a push back up into this zone. Uh, 7 minutes and we'll get a nice move. Definitely keep an eye on that gold long. My two main plays I'm looking for, these gold longs above 1825 and then pound yen longs on the close in 7 minutes. And I'm tired today. Whew. Right. However, on pound yen note, if this 15-minute closes weak back down to the bottom end of the range, I wouldn't want to see a big 30-minute rejection candle. So at that point, I might flip looking for sells for a push down about 35 pips down to 162. We'll see what happens. Good morning, Pamela. How are you doing? The Filipino trader. You take any trades overnight? Fam bam. On some fun note, Bitcoin is continuing descent down with 21,000, but apparently this is no longer a relevant level. It is now somewhere in the 3,000s. So what I'd like to see, main point of interest for Bitcoin is going to be 19,657. It's a breakout here that didn't retest. It also is the previous high of that run back in 2017 here. So I like to see 19,657 retest. However, what I also like to see, my overall what I want to see is a retest of 13,000. That'll give us a retest of this weekly breakout we had here that we never retested. So if it hits 13,000, that's where I consider buying. Weekly chart, extremely bearish, and it's heading down. So Looking for a $13,000 buying point. I was on Taz's trade on GJ too. Good job. Good job, fam. I'm surprised you missed that gold short this morning. It's really nice. Very nice. Very nice gold short. Could have had around, oh, I don't know. I think it went 80 pips. Or no, yeah. Right here after bearish engulfing. Yeah, right. Pound yen's looking like a nice fat rejection, so might get these shorts. Looks like we're going to get these shorts. If we do break this wick, this is what my short's going to look like. Look left again. Yeah. Definitely taking profit right there, so we don't want to look for around a 2-to-1. Maybe a quick 2-to-1 trade. Definitely going to want to let a wick up first. Minute and a half. Minute and a half. We'll look for sells in here. Mm-hmm. 40 seconds left. Not going to take it with 40 seconds left in the hourly close. But this is looking really nice for continuation down. You had your initial attempts to find support, pushed up, big rejection, pushing lows. So hopefully it doesn't go without us. Cool. All right, let's take a look. Problem is the range isn't huge. Range is not that big. We'll see. We'll see. If it starts breaking slow, I might take a stab at it. What's gold doing? Ooh, gold. Yeah, I'm gonna take a long on gold. All right. Well, let's see here. Hourly close at the big rejection. Close bullish back up at this level of support. So maybe we get one more wick down, but these buys look nice. Wouldn't want to see it really wick that much down. We're at this level of support now. I'm gonna probably put my stop somewhere amongst this area here. Play it by ear for the 30 minute. 30-minute, what you might get is a retest of this area around 1824.15, but that's really the max retest I'd want to see. So yeah, my stop's in a good place. I wouldn't want to see it retest any lower than that. If it starts rejecting this area of support, this breakout here, getting a 5-minute retest. Gold's looking good. Had that nice wick down, that 5-minute retest to start pushing up. So probably gonna be my stop up. I wouldn't want to see it come back in the range. Should start pushing from here. That's what GJ's doing. Yeah. I think never got nothing. This could be a interesting look below and go type of situation. So we'll see what happens in the next 10 minutes. If we close bullish engulfing back in this range here, I want to consider longs for a rebound up. Going to keep an eye on that pound yen. Broke the lows here. Bullish close back above potentially. So if we close above this line right in here, this 162.400, then I think it's going to have a nice rally out of here. Gold struggling here. I like to close though. The 5-minute closed, at least it closed above this area of resistance here. Found support there, so I like where I'm at. It's funny, I'm long gold, but I really like these silver shorts. So then we got this long. It's not ready to go yet. I'm gonna wait closer to 8 o'clock for a gold move. Silver kind of tipped me off on that one. Silver shorts looks nice there. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient on gold here. Might be doing one last retest. Still like this level here. It's gonna have to be closer to a volume time, closer to 8 o'clock, 8:20. Most likely going to chop around in this range here until 8. So we'll have a nice support or nice resistance, and then we'll look for a break either way. Yeah, that was a good exit. Just going to chop around for a little bit.
Going long gold?
Not yet. I had a small attempt and got out. Almost break even. It's not ready to go yet, but I will probably the next 30 minutes or so. I'd expect it. So if you look at the overall trend in here, we have our higher high or lower highs and lower lows, but now gold just created this break of structure here, broke this previous high, and now we're pulling back. So it could be a nice buy off the support in order for another run back up to highs in here. We'll see what happens in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes. Very clean traffic looking left, so once it does break, it's going to break nice, have a clean move up. What do you do with GA? Did it ever look uglier? What you do is nothing. It's funny because during the stream I open it up and close it right away. There's literally nothing to even do. It's so ugly. I mean, I don't even know. I haven't traded this thing in a long time because it's just been in this nasty chop in here for a couple weeks. Then again, this nasty chop on its way up here. GA until it breaks out of its funk. You look at the 4 hour. It needs to get back into some nice moves like this. Like this entire move here. It's ugly right now. So, not interested. Watching gold here in the next 2 minutes. If gold closes back above this range on the 5 minute, it would have given us this nice retest to potentially continue higher. So I'm going to keep an eye on the next 2 minutes of gold. Let's see. It's going to look something like this. See, the next minute and a half should probably look something like that. No, not ready still. That's why you wait for candles to close. I take a long on GJ. Feel nice. I'm gonna wait for 30 minutes to close. Everything's looking super ugly. I need to switch to London session. Fuck this. All right, what do I see on pound yen here? We start breaking the high of pound yen here. I want to take a stab long. So this is what it's going to look like. break the high here, take a long, stop at the lows, take profit. About 50% of this retracement here. So we'll see if we can get that break of the high. Looks good. 30-minute bullish engulfing. Sound support at the lows here. Should get a nice rally out. Right now, just kind of watching and waiting. Not much to really do. Gold stuck in a range here. So once I see gold choose a direction, either above 1825 or below 1820, then I'm going to take a play. So gold's kind of stuck right now, but you'll probably get a nice play in 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's at, yeah, GJ is starting to take a good shape. Yeah, I agree. What I like mostly, I've seen this a lot, is you have lows here, broke the low, bullish engulfing. The next 15-minute tests the low, but closes very weak. So what I'd like to see is a minor retest, but I wouldn't want to see a full retest on this 15-minute. Just a minor retest, start breaking the high, then we should have a nice squeeze out of here, and then we'll see. I might even have a closer stop depending on how far it wicks down. Going to keep an eye on that. Nothing yet on gold. Wait until closer to 8 o'clock. 15 minutes stuck in this range. Don't want to get chopped up. Pretty slow out there today. But I mean, as we get closer to Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to see less and less volume. The dollar and pound rates. Pound USD is looking like a nice long as well. Nice rejection through these lows, closed very weak. Could get a nice squeeze in pound USD as well. We'll keep an eye on pound yen, that moves faster. Let's see if we can get the market to wake up. It's been sleepy ever since pre-New York. Ever since pre-New York, when I got on the chart, 615, it's been so sleepy. We've completely sideways here. Gold, completely sideways. Tell you, Taz, I'm going to have to hop on London with you. Start trading some London live streams instead. It's like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. I don't know if I could do that. But everybody does it. Everybody I know trades London. You got Raja, Raul, Daniel, what's his name, Alex. That's where the moves are at. London session is usually smooth. Yeah, it is. I've been seeing that. I mean, this whole London session, the GJ short you guys caught, London session yesterday started the trend down. London session the day before, again, started the trend down. London session right here had a nice push down. I mean, it seems it's just been very smooth lately. I got a solution for you. Don't even tell me to move to Germany or something, where the good times are at. Move to London or something. What's the solution you got for me? Move to London? Dubai. Taz, what are the hours in Dubai for London session? Like pre-London, like 1 a.m. Eastern to like 3:30 a.m. Eastern. That's probably what I'd look at. What are the hours? So 1 a.m. Eastern, Dubai is 3 hours after London. So I'm not sure what that means, but 1 a.m. says 8 hours later. Okay, gotcha. Oh, that's what perfect. 1 a.m. is when I would start, so it'd be 9 a.m. Dubai, and then 3:30. So 9 to 11:30 in the morning in Dubai. Yeah, that's perfect. Man, Taz, when you go to Dubai, you'll be trading it perfect. Can't beat that. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I have a limit order set, FY. So if I'm going and it hits this level, it's going to take me long. 1 second. All right. Cool. Yeah, Taz, you got me thinking about it now. Let's see, 1 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. If I get a bit at 4 a.m. No, I'll probably end up going to bed at like 3:30. I'll trade 1 to 3. So I'll be getting up at 10:30 a.m. I don't know if I like that. Don't think I like that. What if I traded 1 to 2 a.m.? No, we'll do 1 to 2:30. Then I'll be getting up at 9:30 a.m. Hmm. Come over to Dubai a couple of weeks in September, try it out. Yeah. But come September, when I try to do London session, I bet you New York session's better. They have their phases, and right now, London session's better. I'll be there in 2 weeks, and you are welcome to come over. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Dubai, but you don't want to be there in the summer. Why is it scalding hot or something? Yeah, so just tricking my long on GJ here. Nice setup in the 30-minute. Had this bullish close engulfing after we ran the lows. This current one came down, gave us a retest, is now pushing bullish. 8 minutes up to the 30-minute. So we should be able to push pretty nice from here. Markets are pretty slow today. PPI 830, yeah. Yeah, yeah. What's gold doing? Gold's marks are trash today. Trash. So, I like this overall setup, so if this doesn't work, I might just sit on my hands the rest of the day. Because, yeah, I mean, it's a good setup here. Should have a nice bounce. Alright. Very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Trading lately has just been very frustrating. Yeah. I mean, it's just tough because, I mean, all the moves have happened over London session, and after London session, it's tough to want to chase anything. I mean, you take yesterday, for example. London session moved down almost 200 pips. What makes you think New York session is going to move down another 200 pips? It's just, that's not, it's just, how do you chase that? So, and then today, if London session has, you get this, what everyone's looking for, this nice rebound and then sell, but that happened over London session, so you leave the scraps for us New York traders. It's funny. Funny, funny, funny. But, Weak, weak action. I think these conditions you need to wait for more confirmation. Yeah, Taz, you are right about that. Absolutely right. I mean, it's just tough, but you're right. These, especially Wednesday and Thursday, you have the U.S. dollar rate hike and the pound rate hike. So you definitely want to wait for stronger confirmations. But honestly, in 3 minutes, I might hop off at 8. Just trash conditions. I'm still looking at this range here. Not really looking at the downside. There's not much range to it. I mean, the next level of pretty strong support is this rejection point of 162, and you have rates this week, and so if we don't break from here and continue higher, I'm just not interested. That's the only thing I would want to see. Gold, pretty trash conditions as well. Very, very choppy in here. Again, only thing I'm looking for at this point is I mean, we'll see where we're at towards 820. As if we can close below this area, we can get a nice squeeze back down to these lows, potentially farther, or a push. But I don't know. The better play is if we get a break above this area, because you have very clean traffic looking left. So two things I'm going to look for: gold buys above 1825, up to 1830, 50 pip range, and then pound yen. Obviously, I mean, it was such a good setup too. Not even mad about this loss here because it was a great setup. It's just look. I mean, look at the 5 minutes since New York, pre-New York started. Right here, it's been very, very choppy. Tough to trade these conditions right here. So, like you said, Taz, we have to wait for stronger confirmation on that one. But what I'd want to see is a push above 162, 650 area for a rally back up, and that's really it. So if I don't see a push above this area for pound yen, and if I don't see a gold push above 1825, then it's just I'm done for the day, and that's going to be it. But pretty trash. It's been straight consolidating since I got on the stream, since I even got on the charts here. So I'm gonna oil's been consolidating too. Yeah, not much at all out there today. It'll probably open up a little later. It seems like New York session lately has been later in the day. Especially as you get closer and closer to news. 830 PPI. But you know what I'm looking for. At this point, hourly closed, very, very weak, big rejection. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm looking for. I'm going to leave you at that. I don't expect the markets to move at all in the next 30 minutes, maybe in the next hour. So Not going to stay here for the next hour until it moves. So, you know what I'm looking for. Keep an eye on it. Hopefully, tomorrow probably won't be better because you don't have the rate hike until 2 p.m. and retail sales are at 8:30. So probably not going to be a great day tomorrow either. And then Thursday you have pound rate hikes at 7 a.m. So next 2 days, definitely be careful trading. I'm definitely going to be light on it myself. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Safe trading. Don't chop yourself up out there in that market. A lot of news events coming this week. Have a great day, guys.